Hey, good morning, Camp Zama and SHA. Just want to give you a devotional here this morning. And I happen to be here in my backyard area where I spend some time every now and then with tuning my bike. And I've enjoyed cycling here in Japan. So much. It's been an incredible part of my experience here. And it's something I've enjoyed for many years, ever since high school, really. And my brother-in-law, Richard, he actually led me into getting involved in triathlons, and I did my first one in 2003. I still remember that sprint triathlon. It was only a 750-meter swim, and man, my arms felt like they were going to fall off. They were so sore coming out of the water, and but eventually, after a lot of additional training, 2010, I was able to complete a Ironman triathlon there in North Carolina. So I share all that with you because it leads into what I want to share today for my devotional, and connect it with Team Hoyt. Some of you might have heard the story behind Team Hoyt many times before. The parents of Team Hoyt, Richard and Judy, they had a son that was born as a spastic quadriplegic. And just like any other parent, they wanted to provide a normal life for their son. But even with elements of education, it was very challenging. He was just so limited in what he could do, just completely immobile, even had a challenge to be able to speak, and so it was very challenging. But there was a community event that took place, a 5K race in their local area, and their son wanted to race in this with his dad. And so he actually asked his dad, I think he happened to be 16 years old at the time, and so his dad took him in a traditional wheelchair for this race. They came in second to last, so their time was obviously was pretty slow for the 5K race. But after that event, he told his dad, he said, "You know, Dad, when we were doing that event, I felt like I wasn't even paralyzed." Well, that led to a huge string of events for many years. Completed 1,130 endurance races, 72 marathons, 32 of them happened to be the Boston Marathon. They biked and ran across the entire country in 45 days. They completed 6 Ironmans, and his times were amazing too. 17-minute 5K for a personal record that he had. So smoking fast with pushing his son along the way. For those that have kids, we would anytime we would do as much as we possibly can to provide for our kids, to extend our love to them. And that's what I see that's being communicated from Team Hoyt here, what he wanted to do to provide for his son as much as he possibly could. Psalms 86, verses 15, it states here in this passage, and it really kind of connects really well with this display of love. But it states, "But you, O Lord, are a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love." This passage emphasizes the connection to the highest degree between a parent and a child, and it's really emphasizing for us to help us understand even more how incredible God's love is for us. And think about how it's so important for us to be reminded of that. Listen to some of these other translations from different translations describing this love. It states, "Great and loyal love." Another version, "Unending gracious love," "abounding in faithful love," "rich in faithful love." And so we see the many great ways that it signifies incredible tenderness as parents have towards their children of what God's love is extended to us, portraying that picture for us to understand. And I think it is. We have to be reminded, each and every one of us, especially depending on some certain challenges might take place within our past, or maybe current situations we're in the midst of, or maybe even just things that are before us that we're really concerned about, with questioning whether where God's love is in the moment for us. So it's important for us to be reminded of God's great love for us. I think it's something I will always wrestle with my life, is trying to understand how individuals cannot accept God's love when it's to this degree. Steadfast love, unending gracious love. But there's a lot of individuals that struggle with accepting his incredible love for their lives. And being honest, you think about, even for Christians, it's tough at times for us. We have moments with tough love that we're in the midst of, that the Lord is growing you in at that maybe a point in time within your life. Each one of us struggle when those moments come upon us. It might be a moment of tough love that the Lord has for you. So I share that with you today to be reminded of God's incredible, steadfast love for you. And to conclude, I want to connect this with the video I know you're going to enjoy of more of Team Hoyt to be able to see the amazing display of love that Rick Hoyt has for his son. Thank you, and God bless.
Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who taught